With breaking news out of New Mexico, the Taos County Sheriff's Office has just confirmed the remains from a child have been found at a compound where they have been searching for a missing Clayton County boy.
Investigators had been looking for 4-year-old Abdul Ghani Wahaj since December when police say he was abducted by his father. His father and 4 other adults were arrested Friday after police raided that compound in New Mexico and rescued 11 starving children. But there was no Abdul. Joe Henke is in the newsroom with the latest on this breaking news story.
Well, Faith, the Taos County Sheriff's, the sheriff in his press conference said the family of Abdul Ghani Wahaj has been contacted and told the human remains of a child have been found. But right now, the medical examiner is still working to identify the remains. Until the child is identified, the district attorney is not prepared to file any additional charges against Abdul's father or anyone else arrested at that compound in New Mexico. Now, during a no-knock warrant search on Friday, a tactical team showed up and made arrests at the compound in New Mexico. The team had information leading them to believe Abdul was at the compound, but he was not initially found with 11 children who were rescued. At 11:19 yesterday, remains of a young boy were found. The concern this whole time was Abdul Ghani Wahaj was reported missing in December. His mother told police he suffers from several medical conditions and needed medication. In search warrants, investigators even said they believe the boy's father, Siraj Wahaj, planned to perform an exorcism on his son and was denying him medication. Now, all 5 adults found at the compound have been arrested and charged with 11 counts each of child abuse for neglect. The sheriff said his team went into the compound after they had enough evidence to believe children were starving there. The state of New Mexico is now working to keep custody of the 11 children that were found alive and rescued at the property. We'll have more on this press conference, which happened in just the last few minutes, coming up at 6. Faith.
All right, Joe Henke, thank you so much for that.